I see you, see you the whole time. I don't know what you was doing. Welcome to Stargeekz. Welcome to another episode. This is Sean.
This is a Lil bringing my milkshake to the Stargeekz.
And this is Ed, and thank you. I didn't like being out of order there.
Yeah, I didn't like being out of order either. It was weird. It messed
Man,
me
you
up.
guys are all crazy with that. I
No.
never care. Like, it doesn't bother Steve. It bothers. Like, he has to have everybody in a certain order. Like, you guys are all.
That's how it works, man. That's how it works.
It's fine. It's fine.
Welcome to another episode of Stargeekz. Happy belated May 4th. What did you guys do on May 4th since we didn't get a chance to talk about it?
I was at Universal Studios. So I was not doing anything Star Wars. I was hanging out with Spider-Man.
How dare you? You are a piece of shit.
Man.
Archangel.
What?
I didn't do much anything different. I mean, I had my normal work day. I had a lot of people reach out to wish me a happy Star Wars Day, May the 4th.
You didn't do Star Wars at the car wash?
No, that yeah. I know. Maybe in the future. And then of course I
want to see Ed in the bikini washing cars. Like that's I would have driven all the way down there for that.
Me in the metal bikini.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the list. Possibly in the future.
Sounds like nope.
But I was actually looking online most of the day just to see what was going on news-wise, and I was actually surprised. It was a lot quieter than I thought it would be. It's just, I mean, we got the trailer drop, but that was really it.
It was, oh shit, I forgot we got the trailer. I forgot all about that.
Ed didn't forget. I'm sure we've got a whole slideshow ready for it and everything.
I had it ready when you guys were doing the regular show. Just in case.
You should have pinged us. We would have just dropped you right in.
I said, come on in. I got bad news actually. Like it kind of sucked for the collection world of Star Wars. You know, the stuff that I collect, the NYC stuff, you know, on May 4th of all days, we got a letter from them saying that, you know, they got to stop and cease all of the products that they have created going forward, which we talked about this on a regular show, but man, it's upsetting to know that I will not be getting my studio scale Slave One. It is I am beyond peeved. And the fact that I actually got money out on that pre-order is even worse because I don't know how they're going to do that one, but they need to figure that one out. But I mean, I'm not going to, you know, I trust them. Maybe they'll come through and, hey, here's all your money back. Or maybe they'll say, hey, we're going to still do it anyway. But I don't know. So let me shut my mouth. But it's upsetting, man, because a lot of collectors who collected a lot of this stuff, you know, really enjoyed it. And no one was doing any of these replica ships and even figures and stuff like that. The word on the street though is that they got snitched on. I mean, I can see it. I understand why. You know,
somebody's jealous.
It came down from on high.
Well, not even
Order 66.
Exactly. Not even that. I felt like it you know, if everybody's paying for something and someone's not, and they're producing such a great product, the other people are going to get pissed. Like, listen, I'm paying for this goddamn thing, and these cats over here is doing something else. I don't like that, and I get that. That's just how life works.
Yeah. You know, if I'm a legit company and I go through the effort of getting the license, you know, it comes out of my bottom line. So why should you be able to go and produce something and not kick up to the main people who own the license? Like, that's not fair to me if I'm going the legit route. So I'm sure somebody was like, oh no.
Yeah. That money, that Disney and that Star Wars money ain't no joke. Like, that licensing money is expensive. Yeah, well, and on top of you producing something, they gotta approve it. They have to say yes or no. And if they say no, and then you got to go through, hey, once we sell it, we got to give you a little bit of the profit.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I mean,
Why?
it's a big ticket to own the rights to Star Wars, and so they have a legit claim to say we want to return on our investment, and we don't want you to put shit product out. So
yeah, I mean,
there's some shit Star Wars products out there. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, there are companies that are not pulling their weight for sure. But I mean, it's why, we talked a couple weeks ago about that Forbes report about that Disney hasn't made their money back on Star Wars, right?
Exactly.
And you're only looking at they were only looking at theatrical returns, right? Because you have to look in the cost, to put those movies out, put the TV shows out. But this IP, I mean, if you look behind Sean, if you look at Ed's shirt, and we're talking about people who are getting, snitched on for using that IP for products. People are buying products galore. Every toy aisle has a giant Star Wars section, a giant Star Wars clothing section. It's on everything. Merchandise, men, women, children, it doesn't matter. So those stories that are coming out saying, oh, it's not making this, it's not making that. No, it's making it, because everywhere I walk and go and see, out of every 5 people, at least 1 or 2 are wearing Star Wars items. Easy. I go in any place.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
And that's the norm now. Adults are wearing Star Wars items. I'm seeing, we were joking about Crocs. I have Star Wars Crocs, Sean. You got some you don't think you'll ever wear, but you got some. I see them out everywhere. There's the Vader Sentinel Crocs now. I saw those already out. Dudes wearing those. I'm seeing women wearing Star Wars shoes. And it's just everywhere. Everywhere you look, it doesn't matter age, nationality, whatever. Everyone rocks Star Wars in some way.
And somebody's paying for that IP.
Yeah, they're paying to use that. I mean, you saw Jenny's purses, her Loungefly. She's got a bunch of Star Wars Loungefly. She bought another one, and it's, again, Loungefly pays for that IP so they can put the product out, and that's what it goes to. So it's why, whenever I hear those kind of stories about oh, they're not making money or their movies stink and it's bombing at the thing. Yeah, you know what? They had a couple stinkers there. They had a couple stinkers. Some of the shows didn't hit, but guess what? It's not losing money overall. These things are giant machines, and they're it's not just here in the US, right? People all over the world are buying Star Wars merch. Where's Star Wars Celebration here?
They got to protect their shit. It's sad, but I get it. It sucks, but the problem is, and I think everybody who was collecting this stuff agree, that he got too big for his britches. And not saying he didn't know what he was doing, but you know what you're doing when you start opening up the floodgates for shit. And it's sometimes you don't want to say somebody's greedy, but you were trying to please everybody, and you shouldn't have probably did that. And that was probably the problem. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that probably fucking got it really lit was the Millennium Falcon. Once you post some shit like that, and it's like, oh, you doing a Millennium Falcon, and you think you go get away with it? Hell no. No.
Especially when we've seen how many Falcons being produced by how many different companies, right?
Yeah.
So it's you went for the Grail piece.
You went for the goat piece.
Goat piece. You're right.
You went for the goat piece, man. And you can't, when you go for the goat piece, you can do all this other bullshit. You can do with skips and this and that. You cool. We gonna let you ride. They let them ride for at least a good 5-6 years. We're gonna let you ride for a little bit. Oh, you think that you're gonna you think that Disney is, you think their execs aren't looking at you on Facebook? That's how much it costs? Oh, they making money off it?
You see with every company, right? Every company knows when you're taking their stuff.
They know
if you're taking something, if somebody's making a soft drink that tastes just like Coca-Cola and they have a red label on it and they're trying to make you read, or if they wanted to do the Fallout Cola, they make the Nuka Cola, whatever,
Yeah.
and they start putting that out. Guess who's coming after you?
So this is the kicker though.
You know?
This is what they fucking do. They wait for you to stack your paper up. Oh, okay. This is what, year 3, year 4? We gave you some time. You stacking up paper over there. You releasing a lot of vehicles and a lot of statues over there. Let's see what he does next. Got him. and that was it. And
well, it's curious why, like we see a lot of 3D printed stuff that sells on Etsy and Macari.
No, they're cracking down on that shit too, though. They're cracking down on Etsy shit too.
I would be shocked if they didn't, right? Because it's like you're seeing these pieces and it's like, yo, like they're good, but like they're selling for a lot of money. And I get it that it probably costs a decent amount to do. It takes time. But you're cutting into Sideshow, you're cutting into all these other companies that have bought that pay for the IP. They have to renew these contracts year after year. And you know that, Sean, because you're in the apparel, so you see that. And like I'm shocked that sometimes when I'm seeing this, I'm like, look at this Spider-Man statue. This is great. Who made it? Oh, it's 3D printed. Oh, you can buy it and paint it yourself. I'm like, I'm not doing that, but they'll paint it for you. I'm like, there's something not right here. Like it's just not right. It's not like you're going to a bootleg place, like like I remember going to, was it Mexico? I found this bootleg store that had all these like janky statues, but
yeah.
So yeah, that was probably the most upsetting part about May 4th. But I didn't really do, to be honest, I didn't do anything. I was gonna go see Phantom Menace, but I was like, I don't want to see that movie again.
No.
Yeah, it made good money. It was the second in the box office for the weekend.
Yeah.
It made
I have that in the news
over the weekend.
Well, you know what, Ed? I gotta make you a little like did it. Welcome to Star Wars.
I have good news.
God damn it, you did.
It's already did it. So.
And so this was something that was interesting. Like we got this as a trailer. There's a lot of Star Wars Lego back and forth. I actually watched the trailer for this, and I might watch this. This had a really cool idea behind it, with it being kind of a Star Wars Lego multiverse, as the whole galaxy gets broken down and rebuilt in an entirely different way. And of course, the big thing that everybody talked about was that they are introducing what a lot of people talked about, Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah, I seen that picture.
So I watched the trailer. I thought it was funny, and I'm going to watch this. I'm looking forward to it.
My kids used to love these. It was Lego that got them into Star Wars. Those Lego Star Wars cartoon, those all those videos that came out like 5-10 years ago, like that's what got them into Star Wars. It was those. And I like it. I love this kind of stuff. I mean, same with the Batman Lego movie and all that kind of stuff. It's like it helps bring in that younger audience that falls in love with the IP.
It's fun.
Yeah, I was very interested in that. So.
And there's what we were just talking about. The Phantom Menace got another theatrical release. And this goes back to the earlier point as far as the IP making money. This is the easiest money there is to make.
Damn.
Yep.
You already have the movie. You've got an anniversary. You've got May the 4th. You roll it back out in theaters. And you make a few $1 million just putting it out there.
What's up, Zombie Hunter?
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot. Like a lot of younger people actually grew up with this movie. So I don't realize and put it into factor that like there was a younger crowd watching the Phantom Menace when we were watching the Phantom Menace when we were older.
It's not even that young, Sean. These people are probably in their early 30s at this point, and this was their entry to Star Wars. And that's why this merch, no joke. I was walking around Hollywood Studios. Everyone's wearing Darth Maul stuff because that's part of the May the 4th stuff. A lot of stuff with this 25th anniversary. Tons of Maul stuff. Everybody's rocking Maul, and I'm like, man, I'm looking at these. I'm like, where did these come from? And it's all because it's this movie. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody at that age group. It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
Steve with his Power Rangers. Like I watched that and I'm like, ooh, I'm not watching Power Rangers.
No, yeah, I agree.
But again, Steve loves it. That was the perfect thing. So
Yeah.
This is an article that I read today, and I was intrigued by it. So I'm sure that we've all seen when they talk about A New Hope and all of the various actors who could have been cast in various spots. Kurt Russell. There's a whole list of people who could have had the roles that we know as Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill. This one was interesting that Cronenberg actually was up to direct The Empire Strikes Back. So that was one of those, like, I wonder, I mean, most of us who grew up with the original trilogy thinks Empire is the best of them. And, you know, Kirsch is the reason behind that, what he brought to that movie. And I'm just trying to think in my head, like, what would that movie look like given the Cronenberg movie selection and how they look and how they feel? I mean, I think his number one movie is The Fly. I mean, but a lot of them, they're bizarre at best.
I'm trying to think if there's any part of Empire that would have been kind of that body horror kind of thing that Cronenberg loves to do in his movies. I don't see that in this movie. I could have seen him turn Jabba, like if he did Return of the Jedi, like into this grotesque thing, and having that, you know, that whole situation, you know, the Sarlacc pit and everything, like really come out of a horror movie, right? Like that whole opening scene would have been very different if he did that. Empire, I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't think he would have been happy directing Empire.
Yeah, I was thinking that, you know, there could be some very interesting creative spin for the Wampa and all of that on Hoth.
Yeah.
Then you've got Dagobah, which Dagobah, you could make that really crazy as far as, I don't know how much creative control he would have had over the look of Yoda, what happens in the cave. And then I don't know if, again, creative control when it comes to bounty hunters, how they torture Han Solo. I mean, there could be some very interesting dark aspects to Empire had it gone that route. So
I don't think
it would have been tougher. I think it would have been tougher.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Lucas was really involved with that. Like I don't see that would have went any darker than what it was. You know what I'm saying?
It was just an interesting thought as I read that. So this one is just something I wanted to bring up because I think at this point we've all seen when it comes to, well, I guess the template that they're looking to set up when it comes to Marvel as far as streamlining it so that you have a set number of theatrical releases, a set number of releases as far as what you're going to get on Disney Plus. Now, it hasn't been tied to it, but what are your thoughts as far as doing that with Star Wars also?
I would probably flip it, right? Like because Marvel's doing less television and more theatrics.
Yeah, I think it's what, like
and
three
I think
theater,
Star
two.
Wars so far, what we've seen post sequel trilogy, the television piece has been strong with shows like Andor, Mandalorian. We liked Ahsoka. I mean, I know there was things that could have been better, but I think we liked it. Yes, Obi-Wan wasn't the greatest, and Boba Fett wasn't the greatest, but I think I would go heavier on the television side with, you know, maybe 3 to 1, 2 to 1 in that respect. Because you don't want to, again, and I think that's one of the reasons why with Marvel's got a larger cast of characters and they can tell a bunch of stuff. Star Wars, it's really, so far it's been linear. You know, it's like we're all following the same kind of timeline path, right? Which I have questions on Tales of the Empire. I was very confused in that last episode. But it'd be curious. I think I would prefer TV heavy, like 2 to 1.
Right.
if we're doing
But
that. Like every year we get a Star Wars movie, right? Like every Christmas we get a Star Wars movie, right? Like every Christmas we get a Star Wars movie. I would be good with that. You can give me a full team up and then a solo story, not Han Solo, but you know what I mean, like a
yeah.
offshoot. You don't have to keep continuing that one story every year, but
Oh, and I think it would make sense because again, Disney owns both properties, to where if you're doing three theatrical releases for Marvel, and then you do 2 for Star Wars, that you spread them out, because obviously you don't want them stepping on each other because it's all under the same umbrella. You could do the same thing under, I mean, Disney Plus, I guess it really doesn't matter if there's any overlap, but I think it would make sense as far as to maintain your subscriber base if you've got a constant flow of material to keep people going, oh no, we don't want to cancel that because this is coming. And oh no, wait, we can't cancel it now because this is coming. So I think it would make sense.
You're almost at 5 series, 5 movies between the 2 IPs a year, right? So every couple months something new hits. So is that too much? We're geeks here for all of it, right? Like we love it all. So is that too much?
Yeah.
Where we're looking at maybe once a month there's a new thing. It's either I'm going to the theater or we're watching it week to week. And would that include animation, right?
Disney, I think they both need how do I say, a Stranger Things level kind of series that just levels the playing field and like, oh shit, like everybody's gonna watch it. It's hard.
They
It's
hope that
hard.
with all of them.
It's hard to do because we haven't, but on Disney Plus, we haven't gotten any of that kind of level of event of, oh shit, we gotta watch this. The Mandalorian maybe first season, but it's still not big as Stranger Things.
But do we actually have that coming? I don't know.
Would you say, Lo?
X-Men 97.
It's not Stranger Things level, but it's good as shit. I'll tell you
there
that.
it is. It's right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I am now with Acolyte. I now know what this is going to be about. I think I know more than reading and reading and reading. This is definitely a tale of 2 twins, and that is, yeah, it's definitely
Spoiler alert.
I mean, this is just me guessing. I ain't saying it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I haven't watched the show yet at all.
You didn't know Ed Sean wrote this?
Yeah. I just think that it's definitely a tale of 2 twins.
All right.
And it's, both were separated and that's what it is.
Like a Luke and Leia?
Yes.
But one goes dark, one goes light.
I love it because that is one of the game trailers. If this is what it is, remember that game trailer that had the 2 twins and they both separate, they were both like together the whole time fighting, and then one of them they both separated and one became, you got to watch this trailer. This trailer is amazing. Like I forgot what it was for, but for some reason they make all these Star Wars video game trailers and there's never a video game for any of them.
Never a game for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. It just makes no sense to me. It's ridiculous. But I think it. I don't know, man. Some people are still like kind of poo-poo on this shit, but I'm
you know what? When I watched the trailer, because I watched it on my phone first, and then I watched it on the TV, and I have to say I don't think it was as bad as some people made it out to be.
I don't think it is either.
Because like a lot of people were like, "Oh, it looks like people in Star Wars cosplay," and I'm like, when I looked at it on my phone, I was like, "Yeah, it kind of doesn't look great." And then I watched it, on the big screen, and I'm like, "No, this actually looks pretty good." I'm actually intrigued.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, we're getting 2 episodes to drop, so we'll see.
Yeah. Less than a month.
How many episodes is the series? Do we know?
Probably 8.
Is it 6 or an 8?
I hope it's an 8. Especially after what we just went through with Bad Batch. I need something a little shorter.
I don't want it to be 8. I think it needs to be 6.
No, I want this shit to be 10. I want this to be 10 episodes. It's not. It'll be 8.
No.
It'll be like 6 or 8 episodes. But like to me,
well, the reason why I'm saying 6 is because then there's gonna be none of that fluff, right? Like a lot of times we see a lot like we did with the Bad Batch fluff. If you give me 6 40-minute episodes,
you got to put the work in.
Yeah, you do, and you keep it going, and then you want more, right? That's where season 2 then can go to 8, because I think Mandalorian too wasn't season 1 6 7.
Acolyte is scheduled to premiere June 4th with its first 2 episodes. The other 6 episodes will be released weekly.
8.
Okay, so 8. Okay,
but you're getting it in 7 increments because you're getting 2 and 1. So
yep. 8 episodes. Yeah.
Zombie Hunter says that game, Sean, he thinks it was Force Unleashed.
I don't think it was. Zombie, I'm trying to I'm gonna find that shit because I gotta play it at some point, but I don't want to get dinged for it. but
so this was the big release for June the 4th, and of course, as I mentioned,
the 4th.
May the 4th. June the 4th is when they actually get the show. May the 4th is when we got our trailer. I pulled a few slides for it, as always. This was the opening scene. Now, for me, the thing that jumped out was the visible use of Force abilities, because we see the one main character as she's fighting Trinity. Yes, I don't know all their names yet.
Clearly, she got killed.
But she uses the Force ability to pick her knife back up as she leaves.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this is in the same, because if you look at the color scheme in this shot, and then when we get a few slides in to show that fight with, again, Trinity is what I'll call her for now. It's a completely different color palette, so I don't think it's the same fight.
But maybe it went from light to dark.
That is always a possibility.
Which is great cinematography if it does that shit. That is fucking awesome.
This was good because, again, you know how I love when they tie things together. It's young Jedi. They're not fighting with actual lightsabers like those little kids that were going to all kill each other in the younglings with Yoda, but they're using the same swords that we saw in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So again, I love when things tie together nicely.
Yeah.
We've got some bad guys, I'm assuming, all behind a force field here. Always interested to see what kind of aliens we're going to get.
Yeah.
Here's the fight that we talked about that they've shown quite a bit.
It looks like it's like dawn, and it's just like not like nightfall, and then all of a sudden it just gets dark. I could totally see that. Damn, Trinity gonna die early? Oh well. I guess hey, that's what happens.
Maybe not. Maybe not early. I mean, this could be later on.
I don't know. Looks like a death scene to me. I gotta look at her lightsaber. If I can get a good glimpse of her lightsaber.
Here we go. Break it down from the trailer. Again, we've gotten a lot of different footage from this scene. This fight scene looks good, especially as she's deflecting instead of another lightsaber. It's the actual knives that she's throwing.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Like she beat her without a lightsaber. Like that's deep. I'm curious how this plays.
We get this scene that I have no idea, but obviously this person's just kind of standing there meditating. I don't know if it's a Jedi, just someone wearing the robes, but it looks like she kind of takes that running leap and just goes deep with one of those knives.
Right. She's out here murdering everyone.
There's definitely some time jumping here, because I think in the background here is the young girl who eventually grows up to be the assassin that we've seen in here, and you kind of can see her hidden back there behind these characters here.
Good screenshot.
And we've got a Zabrak here in the front.
Look at you.
So
this right here with the black cloak on. What is that?
Well, I don't know, but I don't know if it's the same as the rest of them, and she just has the hood. But so you see the little girl in the back?
Yeah, I see.
And here you can see it's the same one as he's younger with.
So there's 2 of them. That's what I assume. There's 2. He's taking her because she's force sensitive. And the sister they cannot take because she's not force sensitive. I'm telling you, this is what is going to happen, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you right now by the poster. You got the poster on there too.
Uh,
Oh, I'll show you a
I
poster
don't
when we
think
get.
so.
All right, keep going with it.
All right. Here's the fight scene later on. So if this is her younger or the sister, this
Right.
is later on as they finally meet up.
Right.
Just a little shot of the ship that kind of separates. Interesting
Yo.
new.
The ship in this trailer, how it was in the Milky Way shit, and it started fall. Like, yo, that is sick. You sneeze or you cough?
No.
No. You all right?
Did you hear me?
No. You
Okay.
like he was coughing.
Yeah, I was coughing. I coughed.
You see the little guy in the front?
Yep. Whoever it is leading the way of what we can assume are Jedi. Now, this was interesting because I watched this a couple times. This guy appears to be a Jedi Padawan because you can see the Padawan braid over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Now, you've got those same cloaked characters around him. And I don't know if you can see it very well in kind of like the small picture I have in the corner. His eyes roll black as he drops to his knees.
Are these Night Sisters?
I don't know, but she, I think, is the one who's in charge of that group.
Yeah, I think she got some darkness to her, like some dark powers or something like that. Because she seemed like she was controlling everybody like a cult or some shit.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it was crazy.
She's obviously having a conversation with the young girl early in time. So
this is what I'm telling you, man.
There you go. And of course, the big conversation from this trailer was we got a view of whoever whether it's a Dark Jedi, a Sith, whoever it is with the red lightsaber, we finally got to look at the helmet.
Yeah, that helmet got like a curve on it, like some evil.
It looks like the Joker face, like, you know, a smile to it.
It looks like Kylo Ren's helmet, yet like with a maybe this is this is probably the beginning of not the beginning of the Sith, but this is like a Sith, whatever, something.
Yeah.
I hope they talk about. We may not get it, but I hope they kind of talk about how kyber crystals turn red. Because we've never actually, there's only books that kind of tell us how kyber crystals turn red, and I hope they kind of get that little glimpse of how they turn red. Now, Ed, I'm gonna show you the poster for the trailer, or for the Acolyte, and I mean, to me, it tells it all right there. Obviously, right?
One on the left and one on the right.
Right.
Very good catch.
I mean, duh. Like, it looks obvious to me. I don't know.
That's it. I mean, or is it when she's young and leaning towards the light, and then as she turns and leans towards the dark? Who knows?
Maybe.
But that is a very interesting concept you have. I like that.
Also, look at Trinity's lightsaber and go back to that picture. You can see it right there. Is that the one that dropped on the floor?
I will.
Oh shit! You don't think
Well, he's got to show.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna share.
There you go.
I can't see that though.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell either. That's
I was trying to look at the bottom of the hill to kind of see if it matched, and I can't tell.
Wait. Keep that real quick. I want to look at it. I can't tell. It looks like it. It does look like it a little bit. It is actually. So if you look at the bottom of this hill right here, she has a little piece right here, like at the like close to the end. And if you look at, I'm looking at the one over here. All right, so let me go back to the picture.
Yep, throw the poster back up.
Yeah, I'm bringing the poster back up. See, this little area right here, and then there's like, if you look by the hilt, there's that little small piece coming up right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
sorry, Trinity.
And who's this little guy right here? That's what I want to know. What is he? Is that
the one who's leading them on the trail?
Maybe. Is it like an Ewok or some shit?
Is that Warwick Davis?
It probably is, dog. Warwick plays all these roles.
Wait, they gave somebody else a purple lightsaber too?
They did. She's
Sam
a
Jackson's
she's
gonna be
she's part.
mad.
She's actually in the comics.
Yes.
And Jackson's
Yeah.
gonna be mad.
Yeah, she's in the comics. This is gonna look. I think to me, I got high hopes. I think this is gonna be fun. I think it's gonna
hope
be
so.
good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Good poster too, man. Like that poster.
That is.
So, yep. Collecting news. You got any more news, Ed?
Nope. Show us what you got.
Hot toys. Like again, I don't collect hot toys, but these are pretty cool. Not my bag. I think they all sold out.
Sideshow was pulling out Hot Toys on May the 4th. That's for sure.
They did. Luke,
Yeah, Dark Empire.
Dark Empire, Legends. Even has there's one with a sculpted hair, and there's one with the hair you can comb like a Barbie, which is weird to me. But here's this little cock piece. But cool character.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Kind of like a Vader-esque.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of Legends.
Yeah.
I never read that, or so.
Yeah. Maul, another Maul figure.
The head sculpt's pretty good.
No, it's a great head sculpt. I think there was a before and
Yeah.
after of that shit, and it looks really good. Like, damn.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well done. They did a hell
Ray
of a
Park.
job. I think this one actually comes with the vehicle.
Yeah,
the rolling out. Right? Yeah, rolling. Oh, here's the before the original one, and then look at the new one. Damn, it's like night and day.
Mm.
Yeah,
well, the technology's gotten 10 times better. I'm sure all those people that bought the old malls are pissed.
Yeah, cause I don't know what's up with that collector coin. Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't. What are you gonna do? Spend that somewhere? No, but this is cool.
Well, that was Power of the Force back in the day.
Yeah, that's cool though. Comes with the vehicle.
Yeah, I like the base.
Yeah, great base. What else? That's all the mall stuff. I think they came out with another character. I think last week we seen all the mythos, all the statues, right?
I think we talked about them.
Yeah, gold chrome version that nobody cares about. But I think in the Asian markets over there, there's a thing with gold and silver. So I think that's why they sell.
They came out with a silver one too, right?
Yeah, they sell these better. They sell these better overseas. It's a cultural thing. So I mean, then that's the reason why they're selling it. I don't think anybody here in the States is really picking them up, but over there they do. A couple more figures. There was like a Shadow Trooper figure. Cool. I like the background base. That's really cool. Yeah,
that is a cool base. Yeah, I like that.
Very cool base. Shadow Trooper. I mean, everybody probably has a couple of those. So, I think that was about it. And then we already looked at all the statues. So they're coming out with an Obi-Wan statue and a Captain Rex statue. But we seen that last week though, so I don't.
Yeah, Captain Rex kind of flying.
Hasbro's coming out with other figures, but I don't care about Hasbro as much. Those are small figures.
Well, I mean, there are people that care, and they're coming out with lots more figures. So if you want some more Black Series,
I think a lot of people got out of the Black Series, though. To be honest,
still sells.
Yeah, it does still sell.
Still selling.
Yeah, some of the pre-orders.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there you go.
That's it, man. That's all the news I do have some stuff that I got, for the toy box, of course. Our toy box.
Shocking.
Well, rest easy, NYC. But I was able to get this awesome piece. 40 out of 45 were made. That's a low number, which is awesome. But
so I have 45 of these made.
Yeah, lucky me, right? So I got the skiff from Return of the Jedi, This thing is very solid studio scale piece. As you can see, the details are really cool. If you can see it a little bit, I don't want to tilt it too much, but
Yeah.
all the details are in there. This little thing comes out. I'm thinking about getting some figures and putting them in here just to make it look like kind of cool.
What size figures?
That
Oh,
looks
three
like
and
3 3/4.
Yeah, 3 3/4 will fit in there perfectly.
Yeah, it looks like the same size as the one that came out back in the day.
Yeah. It's a little bit bigger because I actually have a Hasbro one. It's the same size.
So would you
Alright.
put Kenner figures in, or would you put Hasbro figures in?
No, Hasbro. I got all the Kenner figures. I put the Hasbro figures in there because they're a little bit more detailed. And in the original, the original sculpt, it had like little clay figures in it. So I would probably just put it was like Luke, Leia, Lando, and then Han and Chewie were in there, which was really cool. I don't know. I mean, this is going in a base, and some lighting, and it looks great. I love this piece. This is one of the pieces I really wanted from NYC, and I found it for a good deal. I couldn't pass it up, and I really wanted it. It came packaged like it. The guy packaged it very, very well. Fucking great job. The next piece for me is one of my favorite Star Wars ships. And I'm gonna take it off the base. I'm gonna take off the base because I just don't want to hold the base because the damn thing is so heavy. Oh shit, the back piece came off.
The detail on this thing is insane.
Hold on, I'm gonna put it together. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
It's Zombie Hunters every damn day. I get a damn text with a picture, and I'm like, it's just Tuesday. Oh, there we go.
So this is the studio scale Y-wing, detailed, precision, beautiful. It lights up in the back. I'm trying to be careful with it because a lot of like small little indented pieces are in here. The detail is just beautiful, man. Like literally even the cockpit. If I take off the cockpit, that comes off, and the detail inside the cockpit is just beautiful.
Oh,
yeah, as you can see.
Did that figure come with it?
Yeah, little figure came with it. This was like a random figure. Like it's not even a Star Wars figure. But but in the original stuff, there weren't Star Wars. There were no figures inside of these things. There were like, so yeah, man, just a beautiful piece. And the cool thing about it also is the droids come out. So I can put in 3 different, and the magnet is really good. So it'll be this droid, R5D5 or whatever.
Yeah.
D4.
Wow.
And then a concept, I think more a concept R2. More color.
Just a
Yep.
RT unit.
Yeah.
Like toasters in the Star Wars galaxy.
So yeah, each one. I mean, again, I already have a studio scale X-Wing studio scale. I got a studio scale ship, so I'm very happy. The one I'm looking for, I have an A-Wing from the Macquarie. I do have one coming in next week. It is a Macquarie X-Wing.
Yeah, the little back things are falling off.
Yeah, no, dude, those things are hard to keep on. It's really weird. You got to be careful with this thing. It's very fragile. So yeah, I'm very happy. Like those are the Grail pieces, man. I've wanted, and they were just a good price. I couldn't pass it up. There's no way in hell. I would have never got this. Now that NYC is defunct, nobody's selling any of their shit now. Like,
and what would you say? You have 40 of 45. So, and that's only if they sold all 45. You might have 40 of less.
40 or 45 on this one, and 13 of 80 on this one, on the Y-Wing. So, yeah, very rare. And I know the price on these are going to go up so high that I'm very happy to have them, a part of my collection. Only thing now that I need to complete my studio scale ship collection is I want Darth Vader's TIE Interceptor, and I'm thinking about yeah, man. Listen, you got Zombie Hunter. That'd be dope, man. I would love to see it if you get a chance. Make sure you send pictures.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would like to have the barge, but I mean, that's a tough one to get. So, I mean, again, we'll see.
Where the hell would you put that?
The bar, I got space over here. This area right here, I just cleared out this whole area back here. I'm going
'Cause
to.
I always think of the barge as being equivalent to the size of the GI Joe flag, the aircraft carrier. Just
It's
this
7 feet.
enormous piece.
Yeah, it's pretty big,
So
but yeah, I'm gonna get some IKEA Bestas back here, and I'm good. Like I'm starting to set everything up and make sure everything is chronologically done, putting everything laid it out properly, and it's gonna be cool, man. So definitely next time when you come over, Ed, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
oh, there's no question. That's
So that is it for me.
all right.
I just sent you a Darth Maul skull I just made on Facebook. I'm gonna check it out, Zombie Hunter. Give me a second. Oh, I just got it. Oh man, that's cool as shit. Damn, I wish I could share it right here, but Zombie Hunter made a skull. Looks pretty dope, man. You can't see it that well, but like, shit, you see it right there.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that is very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man.
And I can't even see it that well from your phone, but it still looks really cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's tough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, that's tough, man. I like that. Make some more of those, man. I might need one of those from you, bro. Yeah, that's it. Anything else?
Yeah. Nope. The only other thing that we got from May the 4th was Tales of the Empire. 6 short episodes that felt way shorter than they actually were. This was almost the opposite, in my opinion, of the Bad Batch that kind of drug out way too long. I mean, I enjoyed the stories, but I was kind of left wanting more.
I agree.
And it went a little fast. Like you could have, and I don't know. This is just one of those questions I have to ask. So they're roughly 15 minutes. Why did they break them up into these small episodes? Why didn't they just give us one like 45-minute for one story and 140? What was the point of breaking them up? They all dropped on the same day.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
It's not like it went week to week.
Micro chapters. It's like a chapter in a book. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but I mean, you could have kept it to where you could have run them all as one and not have to actually break them up and give me an intro and credit scenes. And I didn't need that for 3. Just curious.
I mean, we can run through this really quick. It's not really like the Morgan L. What's it? The Morgan L. Whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah, Morgan Elsbeth.
Elsbeth. I mean, it was okay.
I did not care about these first 3 episodes.
I didn't
at
either.
all.
Yeah, I wasn't like.
I think I've gotten enough of her story.
I
Okay.
agree.
Let me go back. Let me go back.
Yeah.
Her first episode, where you see her, her family, and everybody get massacred by the droids and Grievous and all that kind of stuff. That was a good episode. But I didn't need to then keep following her. I didn't need to see her meet Thrawn. I didn't need to see her take over that town. And then the weirdest part was in the episode 3 when that new Republic ship came in that looked like a penis. I don't know if you have a picture of that.
Yep.
That was. I was like, what? I was like, Sean needs this full scale model of this.
There you go.
There you go. There it is. I'm looking at this and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
I think that's like a Republic ship, I think, or something like that.
It is.
It is.
Because that was what's her face came out of it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
like
it's
when
very
when
similar
she
to the Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
when she landed, I'm like looking at this. I'm like, this is not right.
you're the only
Like,
dude that would look at that and think like, "Oh man, it looks like a penis."
I think Ed did as well because look, he pulled it up and picture by picture. So
Well, I wasn't thinking it at first, but I definitely am now.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Gross. Perfect.
so
It reminds me of
Okay.
um, so again, I didn't need it. It was fine, but again, I was hoping that these tales would be 6 separate stories feeding into the themes and
Mhm.
some different characters that maybe we've never met. I think that's what I was hoping. I didn't need to get 3 and 3, but you
Yeah.
guys are more of the diehards. I looked at all these, and these were like characters that I did not know well. I mean, I knew Morgan because of Ahsoka and the Mandalorian episode. The other girl, I knew was she in Rebels, right?
No, she
Or
was in
she Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars.
Clone Wars, that's right.
Clone Wars.
Sorry,
Yep.
but like I didn't really care much for her character there. I thought it was cool the episode.
Her character arc was huge in the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Her character arc changed to be honest, it changed the face of everything. Her character arc changed how Ahsoka felt and how Anakin felt.
Yeah.
So if she wouldn't have did what she did, Ahsoka may have never left the Jedi Order, and Anakin would have never been Darth Vader. That's crazy. How you say it, like when you say it did
Again, but I didn't get into. I didn't watch Clone Wars like you guys. Like I watched.
Right.
Remember, like I watched a handful here, a handful there, and so it's like I didn't get that full length story.
Yeah, the second story was so important and so good. I love that. If I had to give it all, like that, just that second episode is a fucking hero, because I thought that it just gave her character such a great continuation. And I don't really know if it's an ending, but like I felt I was satisfied with it at the end of the
I think
day.
it was an ending. I have to say that's probably the episode 6 was probably my favorite episode out of this entire thing, because I thought that was a very good episode, like overall, like top to bottom.
I think that second episode was the episode that should have been told. Now, granted, this probably should have been called Tales of Ahsoka, because all this shit was geared towards Ahsoka, which is crazy. Like, but again, it lets you know how Ahsoka's character has played so much into the animated cartoons. Go ahead.
Ahsoka wasn't Ahsoka. Ahsoka was Rebels, and this is more leading into Ahsoka. So nothing has the name that it should. Seems.
Oh, thanks for dropping by, Justin. I appreciate that, man. So to me, I mean, Ed, you got screenshots of this one, right?
I've got everything. So, I mean, for me, the first one, the first 3, I'm calling it the first one, High Sidekick. I enjoyed it because I did like to see it answered some questions that I had. The second one, as you already said, Sean, that was definitely a hero. We got the whole battle, which we got the very beginning of that from Clone Wars, which was the beginning of the end of the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
We see the reason why Elsbeth survives. I like how when they explain that because the magic of the Night Sisters is gone, that her face markings disappear.
That was cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
I liked that because that was one of those things when we were like, wait, okay, she's a Night Sister, but she doesn't look like them. That makes sense.
Yeah, but aside, his marks never went away. You know what I'm saying?
But did she have all of the same? Because we've seen her since, and I don't know.
Yeah,
unless she put them on herself. I don't
She
know.
doesn't have a lot of markings though. She only really has a marking on her fucking mouth though. Like it's right here and
Yeah.
right here.
Interesting. I
Yeah,
didn't really know anything about the various clans on Dathomir.
I didn't know anything about that either. Didn't
So
I didn't even know that there were clans on
no,
Dathomir. I thought
no,
it was just Night Sisters.
but it's something that now I want to find out more about.
I agree
Um,
because that one
that move she
thing,
does at the end.
I
Oh,
was like, what the fuck? I was like, what?
yeah.
Okay.
So because of her wanting revenge, she convinces these girls to go along for the ride, and it's because they go for the weapons that they get the droid army to come back down on them.
Yep.
And of course, one of the girls dies and pretty much tells her, "You've cast your fate. You're."
Yo, that was deep. It was deep because we know what happens to her.
Correct.
And to me, that was like, oh shit, like she sealed her fate. She could have went to a higher route and could have, did whatever she could have did, but I like that. I do like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, she got her comeuppance then in the end. And that was I like that. She survived a long time though, but
This was one of those deep nerd moments. As soon as I saw this and saw the image of the TIE Advanced behind her, I'm like, oh, that's so good. Because that would be from the original video game TIE Fighter when they had various versions of TIE Fighters, and the TIE Advanced was the best TIE Fighter because, as she talks about, it's super maneuverable.
yeah.
It's super fast. It has shields. Like if the Empire would have mass produced this TIE fighter, they would have been unstoppable.
Idiots.
But
yo,
as they tell us, they're greedy.
Fucking traps.
Yeah. So it was a cool thing. And then of course we got the other captain who's out there scouting talent for Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah, I like that. That was cool. That was cool, man.
We get a flashback to the same ship that we saw later in Ahsoka that she's flying around. I think this is the first and only Aqualish that does not come off as totally evil. Every Aqualish we've seen, I think in every single Star Wars show, they are just downright bad guys. So obviously she's running the camp with an iron fist. Now this is interesting because it seems at this point everybody's on her side, probably because she's working them hard, but saying, look, if you work hard and produce, we're going to sell this, we're all going to make a ton of money. And then she just kind of comes back, goes, deal didn't go through, so screw you guys.
Yeah,
I'm going to go live in the mansion.
and that was it. Yeah, that was
I didn't get a chance to look up. I know I've seen this creature somewhere before in universe.
He was
I
in
can't
Bad
remember
Batch.
where.
He was in Bad Batch.
It was drawn a blank. I'm like, and I didn't get a chance to look
remember
him
he
up.
was going after. I think he was going after Omega.
So
It was Omega, or was it Rebels? I can't remember.
yeah, I didn't get a chance to look it up, but I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
it was
trying to
killing,
remember.
killing me.
When all the bounty hunters got together and they were taking on somebody. It had to be Bad Batch. I think it had to be the Bad Batch season 1, maybe. I can't remember. It'll come back.
We get introduced to Thrawn as he is just an admiral at this point, but he's already putting things in motion for his grand plan. I love this scene. Just that imagery of the 3 Star Destroyers just sitting there, and he's like, no, they're here for you.
Yeah.
Then we fast forward basically from this moment early in the days of the Empire until the fall of the Empire. Now, she's obviously at this point turned this into a slave labor camp and has armed guards all over the roof like we end up seeing in The Mandalorian when Ahsoka's introduced in live action. And as Alil pointed out, we have the flying penis. The New Republic is here to kind of put her in her place. doesn't exactly go the way that they had thought that it would. And here we get the showdown. And ultimately, she has them all slaughtered, but not before she sends out the distress signal, which we can only assume is what brings Ahsoka to the planet. And we see that part going forward.
That's it.
So, like I said, high sidekick. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Again, it would have been much better for me if you'd have put it into one, because I think if you took the credits out in the intro, this would probably be less than a half an hour for the entire thing.
Yeah, that's
I mean, every one of these, there's 5 minutes of pre and post, so it's a 9-minute segment.
Yeah,
Put it in one. I don't need it broken apart.
I agree.
I think it causes too much interruption in the story itself.
Agreed.
I mean, I get it, but it's time jumps in all three, right?
Yeah.
So, like, again, it's like chapters of a book, so I understand why they did it. So you don't have to sit there and binge all 6. You can go watch one, come back, watch the next one. You know, you're watching her in her teens, her 20s, and her 30s. You know.
And then we move to Barriss Offee. The biggest question everybody had been asking since the end of the Clone Wars.
What happened to Barriss
What
Offee?
happened to Barriss Offee?
Yep.
And obviously they put her in
Beautiful scene.
Prison on Coruscant.
Love this scene, how she sees the fall of the Jedi Order from her
Burning
distance.
temple.
Yep.
Yes.
It was the same one that Padme watched when Anakin, or when it was burning. Then it's like the same view. Like, I love that because, like, she was in prison during Order 66. Like, shit was so good. Like, I don't like. Oh, keep going, Ed. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. And when you get the stormtroopers, which they're still clone troopers, and they just are like, just be glad you're no longer a Jedi. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that shit was fun. I like that. That was good.
And of course, we get Lynn Rakish, who no longer goes by that because she is no longer a Jedi, and she is now the 4th sister who is here to recruit her.
She was in Obi-Wan too. Nice call.
She was?
Huh?
She was in Obi-Wan? Why don't I remember that?
Yeah, she was at the table in Obi-Wan. She was actually one of them that was walking in when she was on Tatooine.
I totally forgot about that. Okay.
And we get to see the early stages of construction of the I forget what do they refer to it, the something Inquisitorius.
Yeah,
the tower they have that we see later in Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Which again, I say it all the time. I love when they tie it together. And when they land the ship, the hallways, the doors, it is identical to what we see in Obi-Wan.
Yes.
So all good stuff. And obviously she's here. She's got a handful of other Jedi leftovers that they're going to try and weed out so they can build up their inquisitorial staff.
Yeah.
The Grand Inquisitor tests her, and I think obviously he's impressed at the end when he puts her to it, but she's got a nice, good force push that he was not ready for.
Now, the Grand Inquisitor he was a Jedi Temple Guard. Am I right?
I don't remember exactly. I think
he was a previous Jedi Temple Guard. That's what it was. But then became an Inquisitor for the one and only. And keep moving forward with that, and then because we're at
there can only be one
hour mark.
A battle down.
This was cool. Very Tron-esque. Very, close the doors in on them.
The visuals were good.
Hello, what'd you think about this? You okay with this, or you kind of just was like you didn't really know the story, so you're just like, eh?
Well, I didn't know the story well, so it's like, but I thought this story was told well overall. Like, again, the character very minor. I remember seeing her.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like a cool concept, right? She's in jail. She's becomes an inquisitor. You see him, kneel to Vader. Then her story, and then even like the next story where they're out, looking for, I forgot, the hunting for the Jedi, and like how her reaction to Lynn slaughtering, that entire room of people.
Yeah.
Like, so, she's seeing it, even though she's an inquisitor and she doesn't believe in the Jedi. I don't know if she believes in this, it's like that kind of thing. And it's like, I like that.
Yeah, because you felt her conflict. She still had conflict. Even though as much as she hated the Jedi, she fucking hates being a villain as well. And I like that. And then her, she got that at the keep going and we'll talk about it again.
Yep.
But,
the lightsaber battle scene when they got to the top of the mountain, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was very well done. And one of the things that jumped off the page to me was, and because I called this out in Ahsoka, we had never seen sparks fly when lightsabers collide. We got it again in this fight.
Agreed. Yeah, that was nice. I like that.
Yeah, no, I mean the animation in that was very good.
Was
and
very
of course, the Jedi goes down. Barriss is like, "Hey, they're still alive," and I like that comment of like, "Well, no, there's no more Jedi," and she's like, "No, actually, there is." That gives her a little force push right off the mountain.
That was tough. Even though I'm surprised, I actually really thought she's gonna come back up with the fucking helicopter shit. The helicopter lightsaber. Oh yeah. I thought that was gonna happen, but it didn't happen. So
no.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the final episode.
I
have
love
these
random
folks wandering through a very snowy planet with their little one, and the person they're looking for is Barriss, who's kind of off on her own, just I guess
aged.
Yes.
I like how they aged her. I'm glad they did that.
And I like how she talks about now that the Empire is kind of hunting Force-sensitive children, but she kind of compares it to the Jedi, like, they're both wrong.
Yeah.
Like the Jedi, had this been the time of the Jedi, your child would have been identified and then basically taken away from you to be raised as a Jedi, which is not any better than them hunting your child now. So this scene, while I understand for the sake of the story, it closed it off. When we first see this and there's somebody in the distance, I was really hoping it was Darth Vader. Just me personally, especially to kind of get that, because I would see him holding a grudge once he realized that this is Barriss Offee, because she was the reason that Ahsoka left him. So he would be extremely pissed and want to kill her.
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
But I like this better though. This
worked out better.
Had a better finale to it, and they were like sisters. They are sisters, to be honest. But
yeah.
And this was cool. This was really cool. I thought this was going to end differently, but this was cool.
So did I. She's lost in the cave. It gives the kids, or the kid and the family, a chance to escape.
Yeah, that was tough.
And Barriss dies from the same lightsaber strike that not everyone dies from.
The Sabine lives in.
Yes, the same exact spot.
But this is the kicker. I don't think she's dead.
She might not be, because she carries her out of the cave
and they goes off. Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, she's not dead.
So if she can get her out of here, and there's the final shot as they're exiting the cave and she's carrying her, if she can get her out and get her to a bacta tank fast enough.
This was very, it was a very I don't know what kind of storyline that is. Like, it had that, the beginning and the end of it, and like, the payoff. Like, I fucked up as a Sith. I was a Jedi, and it was kind of a redemption thing. I mean,
typical Star Wars redemption.
They give everybody fucking a redemption, but like,
everybody gets redeemed.
I'm not fucking mad at it though, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you at this point. Like, I'm fine. I'm comfortable now with the redemption now. Not so much Kylo Ren's redemption, but
I was gonna say there's redemptions that probably aren't deserved. I mean,
I think this one.
I still don't think Vader should have been redeemed. You know, like
No, what are you talking about? You crazy?
he
That
killed
was
all
the
them
best
kids,
ever.
man. He
What?
killed all them kids.
Yeah, well, listen, man. We all fuck up. We don't kill kids,
Yeah,
but like,
I was gonna say, his mess up lasted a few decades.
yeah,
It's
but
not.
did he really get a redemption though? Like he was in guilt. He was in turmoil the whole time he was Darth Vader. Let's be honest.
It's true.
You know? Shit.
It's true.
So
if he didn't get redeemed, we wouldn't get our Hayden Christensen Force Ghost.
yeah.
Poor Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, I know, right?
Shaft.
They give him the shaft. I still love the original. On a side note, I meant to tell you, Ed, that they're doing an Ahsoka Patterson cut.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Yeah,
I'm
so
so looking forward to it.
Everything. I can't show it, but like there is an Ahsoka Patterson cut.
Is it out? Is it done yet?
Yes, it's not done. It won't be done till June.
Oh, okay. I knew he was working on it, but all right. So we've got something to look forward to.
Walking it off the next day.
Yeah. Qui-Gon died. You know.
I know, right?
One of the strongest Jedi just died.
Yeah.
You know what? He probably was just like, I'm just tired. I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah, he just gave up. He's like, no.
Darth Maul gets cut in half.
Survives multiple times.
Hold on, I'll show you the page. But if you don't know about the Patterson cut, it's a special like trailer. He even added fucking pieces on, dog. It's crazy. He added shit on. Yeah.
Well, he did the same thing for Obi-Wan.
Yep. So
good.
You need updates on it, and you want to get it off of. I don't know how it's going to be viewed, but I'll tell you what. I'll bet you bottom dollar we'll be reviewing it.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yep.
Yes. I mean, I prefer watching his cut of Obi-Wan than rewatching the entire series.
I agree. The fucking Patterson cut of Obi-Wan is great. Yeah. So I don't understand why they haven't done this yet, but
is he going to do the same thing for us for season 3 of Bad Batch?
I hope he does. But I can't. I mean, Ed. Like I said, damn Ed. When you get a chance to watch the trailer, let me know what you think next week. We'll talk about it.
He should have walked it off.
Yeah.
Just put some dirt on it.
That is it for this week. Gentlemen, we are over the hour mark. We went a little too late and a little is tired. He's getting becoming a grumpy old man in his unshaven face days. So listen, we're gonna call it.
Do I have to shave again? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, you do.
Next
week, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next week. We got some stuff to review. Oh, video games. We're going to talk about going back to old retro video games next week. Join us here next week. I'm ready for that. You're going to be running that one, so you better be prepared.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
that's on.
Yeah. Ed, make sure you let Ed know so he can get all the screenshots. But like,
Ed grew up with the 2600, so you know.
Oh yeah.
We will be talking. I think we can play some videos for that too. So that'll be fun.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah. Right. So next week, join us here next week. Talking about more Star Wars shit. This is Sean.
This is Lil.
And this is Ed.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.